And all you maggots out there, and all you maggots out
I'm Aqua Alex, and you're watching Aqua Alex Live. Let's learn about tropical fish today. Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to October 2021's edition of Fish Keepers Q&A. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale, and I'm excited to answer all of your tropical fish keeping questions on this month's edition of Fish Keeper Q&A. So we're going to be kickstarting your week with a fun fish keeping Q&A show. Now, this week I have a lot of Aqua Alex lives coming your way because it's Halloween week, and I have a couple Halloween themed Aqua Alex live videos coming your way. But today I am doing the monthly Q&A for October, where you, the fish keepers, can ask me any tropical fish keeping questions you have, and you can also answer my questions that I'm going to ask you in a few seconds. Now, for the first time on my Q&A, today I'm going to try something new. I'm going to put the link to my studio in the chat room here on YouTube, and if you don't feel like typing out any questions, you can simply click the link that's in my chat room right now, and you'll come into my studio, and you can ask your questions here live on the air, live on our live stream today. So the link is right there on the screen. It's also in the chat room on YouTube. So today I have a fun video planned for you. I'm going to answer your questions, and then I also have a couple of interesting topics lined up for today's video. And at the end of the video, I have a special announcement on who's going to be the very first fish keeping guest to kick off 2022. So that's going to be awesome. All right. So post your tropical fish keeping questions in the comments or in the live chat. I will answer them live on air. And like always, you can ask any fish questions that you have, whether they're freshwater or saltwater. So this month, for the first time ever, you can ask your questions live on video. Like I said, I have posted the link to my studio in the chat. Come ask your questions virtually. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start today's Q&A with my segment called Aqua Alex Ask You. This is where I ask you, the fish keepers, some questions, and you guys can answer these in the comments or in the chat, or if you come on virtually, you can answer them there as well. Now, if you're catching the replay of today's video, you can just answer these questions in the comments. So here are the three questions that I am asking you. Since October is Halloween month and it's spooky season, my first question is dedicated towards Halloween. What is your favorite monster fish? What is your favorite treat to feed your fish? And finally, what fish would you never see yourself keeping in the aquarium hobby? I'm interested in finding out other fish keepers' fish that they have no interest in keeping. So you can answer all those questions in the comments or in the chat room. So I'm going to begin answering my questions that I am asking you. What is my favorite monster fish? I have a lot of personal favorite monster fish, but one of them has to be the arowana species. Now, as you can see right here, I have silver arowana, but I also like the Jardini arowana, which is a beautiful arowana species from Australia. Uh, and it's a very, very nice arowana. I also like the African arowana, but I've never kept them. And I like the black arowana, which is another South American arowana that I have yet to keep. I also like monster catfish. I like tiger shovelnose. I like the vulture catfish, the tigrinus catfish, and the Gerent's catfish. And of course, I have a soft heart for red tail catfish as well as Paraiba catfish, even though I have never kept Paraiba. So those have to be my favorite monster fish. What is my favorite treat to feed my fish? Raw market shrimp. Raw market shrimp is a great food to give to cichlids like my severums and my chocolate cichlids. It's also a great food to give to arowanas and catfish like the vulture cats that I have. Market shrimp brings out the best coloration in tropical fish. It brings out that intense red that you'll see on arowanas and, of course, the rock-killed severum and other fish. I also like to feed earthworms and chopped up tilapia. Some of the fish that I keep are fishivores in nature, meaning they eat fish, like the vulture cat and the arowanas. So tilapia is a great treat to give to fish, and also bloodworms. Bloodworms are another interesting treat that you can give to your fish. Finally, what fish would I never see myself keeping? Um, I would personally say flower horns and blood parrots. I'm not a fan of hybrid cichlids in the aquarium hobby because I'm more of a natural fish keeper. But don't get me wrong, I do like some of the flower horns that are out there, but I am not a fan of most hybrids. So you'll never see me keeping blood parrots or flower horns unless I absolutely have to rescue them. Because some people do give me rescues. Like you're going to see some new fish behind me that are rescues, like that red Oscar right there. He's a rescue. Um, but I'm just not a fan of flower horns or blood parrots. Also, I'm not a fan of African cichlids. They're just overly aggressive, and you have to have them in high numbers, which means your tank is going to have to be overstocked, and you're going to need really, really good filtration on your aquarium, and you're going to have to do many, many, many water changes. Goldfish are a fish I probably won't keep either. So now I am ready for your answers. So when you have a second, you can answer those questions as well as ask your own questions. So great way to start our Q&A here. All right. So I do have a couple of questions that came from a very loyal viewer of mine. He subscribed to my channel and he asked me some awesome tropical fish questions. And his name is Mr. Wiz Johnson. Now, unfortunately for Wiz, he lost one of his beloved hybrid cichlids that he had. He had a Jack Dempsey that was hybridized with a Maniguensin or Jaguar cichlid. And that was a very gorgeous cichlid. And it was very, very tragic. However, I was there to talk to Wiz and encourage him not to give up in the aquarium hobby and to get more faith, because sometimes fish die for no apparent reason. It may be due to old age, or it could be due to a number of other things that are beyond our control. So it's very important to aquarium hobbyists that they know that fish can die for reasons beyond your control. But you just have to move along and continue enjoying the aquarium hobby. Okay, so we have a comment from Matthew Smith, who is watching our video today. He says, can you say, Leo Trim, don't be sad. You can get through this. Leo Trim, stay strong. Leo Trim, you're amazing. It's for my little brother as he suffers from depression. Hopefully, it will make him happy. So there you go. Hopefully, your brother will feel better and enjoy his little shout out that I gave to him. So thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and answer some of Wiz's questions that he has on tropical fish. Like I said a few moments ago, he lost his Jack Dempsey Maniquentin Cichlid hybrid a few weeks ago. So here is his first question. He says, good day. Do you think the golden Jaguar cichlid morph has the same life expectancy as a regular Jaguar cichlid? Yes, the gold Jaguar cichlid has the same life expectancy as a regular Jaguar cichlid, because the golden Jaguar is just a different morph of the Jaguar cichlid. The golden Jaguar is still a Parachromis maniquensis, so it's going to live the same amount of time that our normal Parachromis maniquensis would live. And it's also a very nice variation of the Parachromis maniquensis. So if you end up finding one, I'd say go for it, because the golden maniquensis is very, very nice. However, there are some beautiful species of Parachromis maniquensis already that are natural to the aquarium hobby, like the Honduras ones and the Costa Rican Parachromis maniquensis. Those are some beautiful maniquensis as well. So I definitely recommend checking out those variants. But the gold Jaguar cichlid is absolutely gorgeous as well. Now, I have always been a fan of Jaguar cichlids. They have some amazing coloration, and I have kept a few of them over the years. One of the reasons that I'm not keeping them currently is that they have aggression. They're kind of an aggressive cichlid. Not as aggressive as, let's say, a Dovi cichlid or a Midas or a Trimac, but they are aggressive. And with the fish that I keep, they most likely would bully and stress out most of the fish that I have in my aquarium. But once this tank becomes empty, when I upgrade these guys to a bigger tank, a Maniquensis could be what goes in this tank, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes here on my Fish Keepers Q&A. But I've always liked the Honduras Maniquensis. They are an extremely attractive fish. So hopefully you find a Maniquensis that you like. I think Maniquensis are a very personable monster Central American cichlid. A lot of people like them, and they're better than Dovis in my personal opinion. Now, if I were you, Wiz, I would stick with the natural cichlids. Don't go back to the hybrids, because the hybrid cichlids, they have a shorter life expectancy because their immune systems are compromised from being hybridized from one different cichlid to another cichlid. That is why I don't recommend people fall in love with blood parrots or flower horns or any of the hybrid African cichlids, because they have weakened immune systems, and if there's a change in water parameters or a change in their diet, or they stressed out easily, there's a chance their life will end prematurely due to their weakened immune system. So I just thought I would let you guys know that. So the next question also comes from my good buddy Wiz, and I'm going to read it to you and I will answer it. So Wiz says, how's it going? Well, my flagtail Procholotus that I was quarantining for 1 month just died basically overnight. I'm sorry, Wiz, to hear that. You've been having a hard time recently. Dang. I took her back to the local fish store where my daughter bought for me so they could check her out and test my water. He noticed that my water parameters were pH 6.4, which is good for flagtails and South American fish, KH basically 0, GH 75 or less, and I am in Florida. Ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates were okay. I did a water change the night before, and it's possible that I have been overdosing prime. The store is walking distance from my house. Other than that, I don't know why the change in parameters. Oh yeah, I was dosing stability too. Well, I know this is long, and I appreciate you, young man, for taking the time to hear this old man. So, do you think the female Jaguar cichlid would give me a better chance of uh, tank mates and survival? So, that was a great question. First of all, I'm sorry to hear that your flagtail Procholotus died. Sometimes flagtail Procholotus are weak because all flagtail Procholotus that come into the aquarium hobby are wild caught, and they're imported from Peru, Colombia, Brazil, and they often come in very thin and very emaciated because they haven't been feeding for a while, at least 2 weeks before they're transshipped into the United States of America. So they have a weakened immune system. But you will get another flagtail that is healthy. I assure you that. And I'll make sure that you get a really good, healthy flagtail Procholotus. And I will put you in contact with someone that I know takes great care of their wild caught South American fish. And I'm sure you'll find some healthy flagtail Procholotus from my gentleman that I purchased fish from. And he'll be happy to have you as a customer. Now, I do want to mention that you really don't have to pay attention to KH and GH in the freshwater hobby. I'm not even sure why the local fish store checked for that, because that's more on the brackish side of the hobby, and that's more on the saltwater side of the aquarium hobby. If I was working at a fish store, I would only be concerned with the pH, which is good for South American fish at 6.4, and also the ammonia, the nitrites, and nitrates, which you said are okay. So, speaking from that, I think your flagtail probably died from being transshipped and stress, and that could have led to an early death. But you'll get another flagtail that will be strong and will live happily in your hands. As far as the female jaguar goes, in my personal experience, I have kept both male and female jaguar cichlids. And in my personal experience, it has been my experience that the female jaguar is a lot less aggressive than the male. So yes, I think it is totally doable that the female jaguar can have tank mates. So tank mates could be other Central American cichlids like Jack Dempsey's, firemouths, Texas cichlids, and some South American cichlids like Oscars, Severums, and Green Terrors. It just boils down to the individual fish. It boils down to the individual female jaguar's personality. But my advice would be to buy a juvenile female jaguar, about 4 or 5 inches, grow it out with tank mates, and you should be good to go. So, Wiz, I appreciate your questions for this month's Fish Keepers Q&A. Never be afraid to email me any fish keeping questions because I always look forward to answering tropical fish keepers questions. And you guys know I love the tropical fish hobby and I love helping other fish keepers. So it's an absolute honor and an absolute pleasure of mine to chat tropical fish. All right. So, and that goes for anybody that is tuned into my Q&A tonight. If you ever have any tropical fish questions, email them to me, Alex Go Yankees Cardinale 19 at gmail.com, and I will gladly answer your tropical fish keeping questions on my Q&A, and I will also reply to them to your email. Alrighty, so while I wait for some questions to come in and some answers to my Aqua Alex Ask You, I'm going to get into my very first topic for this evening, and that is going to be an update on what's going on in my personal fish keeping hobby. And again, if you're just tuning in, if you have personal tropical fish keeping questions, post them in the chat. Or if you want to answer my questions, you can put your answers in the chat. And there's also a link to my studio where you can come on the live stream and ask me your questions on camera. But right now, we're going to get to my very first topic, and that is current fish keeping plans for Aqua Alex. So today I am very excited to tell you guys that I'm going to be getting a 180-gallon aquarium. So I'm going to be upgrading the fish behind me in this 75-gallon aquarium to a 6-foot, 180-gallon aquarium. And that tank is going to be a South American display tank. And it's going to be a Severum display with some other fish thrown in there. So permanent residents of the 180-gallon aquarium will be my 2 green Severums, my rock keel, aka orange shoulder Severum, my red spotted gold Severum, my 2 chocolate cichlids, and the red Oscar. Those are going to be the South American cichlids that are going to be going into my 180-gallon aquarium. And I plan on getting some other Severums. I definitely want the Heroes Libifier, which is the mouse brooding Severum, and maybe a couple of Waru. And then I'm going to be adding my trio of flagtail Procelotus, as well as my red hook and my Mylostoma silver dollars, and my vulture catfish. My arowanas that you see behind me and my tiger shovelnose, they are going to be rehomed to somebody that has a bigger aquarium than I could provide. So that is good for them. I'm happy for that. And the Bala shark will be going in my 180, as well as my vulture catfish and my featherfin synodontist. So once I move everyone out of this tank into the 180-gallon aquarium, this tank is going to be empty. Now that's where it gets interesting, because I'm going to set this tank up as another freshwater tank. However, I am not sure what I'm going to stock in it. So I'm going to run down some ideas with you guys, and I want you, my audience, my subscribers, to tell me what you think you would put in the 75-gallon aquarium. Now, the first thing I'm thinking about is a wolffish, a freshwater wolffish. I've never had one before, and I'm really, really interested in getting one. I want to get either a rainbow wolffish or a black Hapalis wolffish. I think wolffish are a pretty cool predatory fish, and I possibly would add some dither fish like tiger barbs and things of that nature, but they possibly would be lunch for the wolffish eventually. But I think if I was to do a single fish aquarium, wolffish would be that particular fish, because wolffish are pretty cool and they have personalities, and they're much better than piranhas in my personal experience. So I'd have some driftwood and artificial plants running along the side, and the wolffish would be the display fish for this tank. And he'll have a good life in here as one of the main attractions of this particular aquarium. So I am heavily leaning towards the red rainbow wolffish, but I have seen the black wolffish, and that one is absolutely catching my mind as well. So if I do the wolffish, I'll have to decide which wolffish species that I want to personally get. Another option that springs to mind is I raise a Parachromis maniguense in there, a Honduras one, and that would also be a single fish aquarium. However, what's stopping me from getting a Parachromis maniguense is I've already kept several of them, and I kind of want to do something that I've never had before. So that's like an option that exist if I cannot get my hands on wolffish or any of the other options. The next option is that I get an African lungfish, which is another fish that I have personally not had before. African lungfish are pretty cool, but they get big. Eventually, they'll outgrow my 75-gallon aquarium. But it is a pretty interesting species of tropical fish. I like African lungfish. And the last option I was thinking of was doing this tank as a wild discus and autumn angelfish aquarium, but it would be as costly as a saltwater aquarium, because I would need to get an RO system, and I would have to be on top of my water parameters and all that good stuff. But wild caught discus and autumn angels have always been something that I was interested in. So if you're tuned into this episode after it's aired live, let me know what fish I should get for this 75-gallon aquarium. Should it be a wolffish? Should it be a lungfish, a Jaguar cichlid, or wild autumn angels and wild discus? So those are my current fish keeping plans heading into year end and 2022. My 180 is going to go over there, and the 75 is going to stay right here. But the 75 is going to probably be a single species tank. So I can't wait for my 6-foot, 180-gallon aquarium to come in. All right, shout out to my buddy Steve's Aquatics for tuning into today's episode. He's a wonderful subscriber of mine. And he's asking, how many gallons is that tank behind you? So this tank currently is 75 gallons, and it has a super red Severum that you see right there. It has a bala shark. It has a red Oscar that I rescued. I originally did not plan on getting him. It has some flagtail Procelotus and some other Severums and some other fish in it. But all of these fish are going to be upgraded to the 180-gallon aquarium once I get it next week. So this is the last week you're probably going to see me doing videos in front of the 75-gallon, because my goal is to do my videos in front of my 6-foot display, and I have it all planned out, so hopefully it goes to plan. Steve also says you need a 125-gallon aquarium. They are on sale now at Petco. It's funny you mentioned that, because if the 180-gallon aquarium deal that I have with somebody falls through, then I'm going to go to PetSmart and pick up a 125-gallon aquarium, because they have like a payment plan where instead of paying the $500 up front or the $600 up front, you can pay $150 per week out of your paycheck. And I think that's beneficial for me, because I can pick up the 6-foot 125-gallon aquarium, and also I can pick up the Fluval FX6, and I can pick up substrate and some other stuff and pay like maybe $400 out of my paycheck every week. So that's better than paying $1,000 up front, in my personal opinion. So if the deal for the 180 falls through, then I will just go get that 125 that is sitting at PetSmart that has the payment plans, and I know I'll be approved for that, so it's not going to be an issue. Steve says, do you have a bacterial bloom going on in it? I don't think so. I've had this tank up for many months, but as you can see, it's way overstocked, and I only have 1, 2 hang on the back filters on it, so I have to continually do water changes. So I haven't been able to do a water change this week, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. But once I do my large water change, it goes back to being clear. So I think it's mainly all the fish waste that's in there, the fish that are in there. But someone's coming to get the monster fish out of there tomorrow, so that's good. But ideally, I would not recommend people to keep as many fish that I have in here. I only do it because I have no other alternative. But now that my 180 is coming in on Monday, this tank will be empty, and I'll take all the substrate out, refill it, cycle it, and get the new fish that I plan on getting for this aquarium. All right, so that was my first topic for this month's Q&A. So if you have any tropical fish questions, please feel free to post them in the chat and in the comments. And if you would like to come on camera and personally ask your very own tropical fish question, I have the link posted here that you can click on and come on studio. So right now I have a quick commercial that I'm going to play that I think is going to be very beneficial for all of you, because you can win one of 3 amazing aquarium prizes. And when I come back, we'll continue this awesome video. I'm having a lot of fun kickstarting this Monday. Aqua Alex Cardinale here, and I'm here to announce the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. On Sunday, March 6, 2022, I will proudly celebrate my 8th year as a YouTuber. And to celebrate and say thank you to all the amazing aquarium hobbyists and tropical fish keepers who have supported my YouTube channel over the last 8 years. I am doing the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. There are 3 amazing prizes. The first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Tangled Up in Cichlids. Tangled Up in Cichlids is home to many awesome South and Central American cichlids such as Oscars, Severums, Waru, Angelfish, Jack Dempsey's, Viajas, and much more. They also have Catfish, Plecos, Cherisons, and even African cichlids. The second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Aquatic Rarities, Inc., aka Malone's Monsters. Now, Bob at Malone's Monsters and Aquatic Rarities is a true aquarium hobbyist with a love for monster fish and tropical fish in general. You will find things like lungfish, Lipterus, arowanas, four-eyed anablips, and more cool oddball fish at Aquatic Rarities. And the last prize giveaway, and the third prize, is Little Egypt Aquarium Club gift certificate donated by Little Egypt Aquarium Club founder Jeremy Stellhorn. Now, on the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you will find aquarium supplies for sale, like Fluval FX6 canister filter, hang on the back filters, aquarium heaters, and some awesome tropical fish food. You will be able to use that gift certificate to purchase some amazing aquarium supplies. So, aquarium hobbyists, to enter this giveaway, it's really simple. All you need to do is film a video of your aquarium and your tropical fish. In the video, talk about your favorite tropical fish species. Then tell me about what new fish you want to get and what aquarium supplies you can use. So, since Tangled Up in Cichlids and Aquatic Rarities only supply freshwater fish, it is beneficial for freshwater hobbyists to enter. However, saltwater hobbyists are encouraged to enter as well. And if a saltwater hobbyist wins, they will win a gift card to either Live Aquaria or Blue Zoo Aquatics, provided that the winner is a saltwater hobbyist. So all you've got to do is film a video of your aquarium and your fish, and also talk about your favorite tropical fish species, talk about what new fish you want to get, and what aquarium supplies you can use. Email your video to alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com by no later than March 1st, 2022. In your email, leave your name, your contact information in case you win, and of course, your video. Each video entry will be uploaded to my channel and in my giveaway playlist. The top 3 videos with the most views and likes will be the 3 winners, and they will be announced live on March 6th, 2022 during my 8-year YouTube anniversary celebration live stream. Good luck, aquarium hobbyists. This contest is open to every aquarium hobbyist, whether freshwater or saltwater, and any aquarium hobbyist in the United States of America. So enter right now. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your videos. Remember the deadline to enter, March 1st. Alrighty, so make sure you guys enter that contest. I think it has a lot of amazing prizes. So we have our first answer to one of my questions, and it comes from my dear friend Wiz, who is tuning in. So a shout out to my friend Wiz. Thank you for tuning in. And he says his favorite monster fish is the Jaguar cichlid, datnoids. Datnoids are very nice. Prune sharks, also a very nice fish. Iridescent sharks, the black piranha, aka the rhombus piranha, which is also a very nice fish, and Cichlids peacock bass, another beauty of a fish, and a fish that I really enjoy. And peacock bass are very, very interesting. So that was a great answer. Thank you, Wiz, for answering that question. So Wiz also said his favorite treats to give his fish are extreme pellets, shrimp, and Hikari. Hikari is a great brand of fish food. And fish he probably wouldn't keep would be goldfish, guppies, other live bearers, African cichlids, flower horns, and most smaller fish. That's a good list of fish that I probably wouldn't keep either. Goldfish are on it, live bearers, African cichlids, and flower horns. I probably wouldn't keep either. So I agree with that as well. Great, great answers to my question. All right. So if anyone has any tropical fish keeping questions, please feel free to post them in the live chat or in the comments of this video. If you're watching the replay of today's video, I will answer all of your questions. And you can ask any fish questions you have. There's no question that is stupid, or there's no question that I most likely cannot answer. I have kept pretty much everything, but there are species that I have not kept, but I do know a little bit about. So I would be more than happy to answer your questions. And also, for the first time, I'm going to allow people to come on the live stream and answer and ask questions by clicking the link that's in my chat room. So this month, for the first time, you can ask your questions live on video. I have posted the link to my studio in the chat, so you can come ask your question virtually if you want as well. So while I wait for some more questions to answer and some more answers to my questions, I have an awesome announcement that I am going to share. So my friend Wiz says, I think they are all beautiful, and I did keep goldfish mollies and jewel cichlids when I was younger. I did as well. I had some red-headed goldfish, I think they're called, or red-cap orandas, I think they're called. Those would be the only goldfish that I personally would be interested in keeping. Jewel cichlids are one of my favorite African cichlids, and I would keep them again. They are very, very, very nice. All right. So now I'm going to make the announcement of who's going to kick off 2022 as my very first special fish keeping guest. And I'm very excited to share this with you. I'm a big fan of this person. I have purchased fish from this person many times, and he has a huge legacy to fill because he purchased this business from somebody that is a legend in the aquarium hobby, someone that is a legend in the tropical fish business, and that is Jeff Rapps from Tangled Up in Cichlids. Jeff Rapps is not my special guest, but the owner of Jeff's business is my special guest. So on Monday, January 3rd, 2022, I'm going to be interviewing the new owner of Tangled Up in Cichlids, Kevin Cumberton. And Kevin and I are going to talk about what it's like to purchase such a historic online tropical fish business. We'll talk about his love of tropical fish, and we'll share our passion of aquarium fish. Now, Tangled Up in Cichlids has some of the rarest cichlids you will not see anywhere else, like black nasty cichlids, Cuban cichlids, wild caught Managuen cichlids, all different types of severums, all different types of walrus, Colombian chocolate cichlids, which are the other kind of chocolates besides the temporalis. And also, he has plecos, catfish, and cherisons. So mark your calendars, Monday, January 3rd, 2022 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be interviewing Kevin, the new owner of TangledUpInCichlids.com. And on my 500th video this past Thursday, I announced on my 8-year YouTube anniversary on Sunday, March 6th, my first fish keeping guest for that show is going to be none other than YouTuber and nano fish keeper Rachel O'Leary. I have a lot of respect for Rachel, and I cannot wait to interview her on my 8-year YouTube anniversary. And I'll learn about nano fish, and I'll learn about some of the fish that she grew up keeping. So that's going to be really fun as well. So I was very excited to share with you guys that I have the distinct honor and privilege of interviewing Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids here on my YouTube channel on Monday, January 3rd, my first video of 2022. All right. So Wiz has a answer to my question. Wiz says, I like that wolffish in that 75-gallon aquarium. I like that as well. Also a black piranha, red tiger motaguensis, or a shoal of angels. I wish I could get a black piranha. They're illegal in Florida, unfortunately. Although if I was to be honest, I probably could get piranhas if I really wanted to. And if I was really interested in getting piranhas, I think I would get a school of Pygrocentrus caribe, which are basically a Venezuelan red-bellied piranha with a black humal spot, but they're more aggressive and they grow a little bit larger than red-bellied piranhas. So I'll have to think long and hard about that. The only issue with having piranhas is that piranhas are illegal in Florida, and Florida has really strict laws about certain species of fish. But if I somehow was able to go to the Florida Fish and Wildlife and tell them that I'm a YouTuber, I'm experienced in the aquarium hobby, and if I was able to get like a permit to educate people about piranhas, I definitely would keep piranhas. But that's pretty interesting. Now, wolffish are a different story. They're not 100% illegal, but they're just not seen around Florida very much. But people do own them down here because I've seen some in fish stores, and I've seen some of aquarium hobbyists that I've gone into their homes, and I've seen the common wolffish, I've seen the rainbow wolffish, and I've even seen some of the Amara wolffish. So I know people have them here in Florida. and that means they're not illegal or as illegal as piranhas are. And I think one of the reasons that is because some of the wolfish species resemble gobies, and someone that does not have a trained eye is not going to be able to tell that wolfish is not a goby. But so definitely, I have a big possibility of getting a freshwater wolfish. All right. So since I announced that Kevin from TangledUpInCichlids.com is going to be my special guest on January 3rd, 2022, and even though that may seem like a while from now, it is really not a long time because if you think about it, Thanksgiving is next month, Christmas and New Year's is the month after that. So in 3 months' time, we will have our first big guest, Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids. And then 2 months following that, I'll have Rachel O'Leary on my 8-year anniversary. And eventually, I hope to also have Ohio Fish Rescue on that same video and Off the Deep End Aquatics on that same video as well. So that's awesome. So my friend Steve Aquatics says you should get a school of pink-tailed chalceus for your 180. They do get quite large, but not too large. I agree with you. You know, the funny thing is I went to pick up a school of pink-tailed chalceus from my local fish store, but I have to commend them. They would not sell them to me because the tank had ick in it. Even though I persisted, the owner came over to me and said, I cannot sell you these fish. I was going to put them in my 40-gallon breeder that's upstairs and quarantine them, but he didn't want to run the risk of selling sick fish to me. So I 100% applaud that. But I probably will get some pink-tailed chalceus, but not right now. Not until I get my 180 or 125 gallon up and running, and then I will do that. Definitely want some pink-tailed chalceus. I think the pink-tailed chalceus will complement the flag-tailed procholotus and the severums and other fish that I have in my aquarium. So when I do get some pink-tailed chalceus, I will have to do a care guide on them. I've done a care guide on severums and flag-tailed procholotus. So if you haven't seen that, it's in my playlist, Aqua Alex Live, right here on YouTube. All right. So the last thing I want to do for today's video, and this is going to be something that I do on all of my upcoming Fish Keepers Q&A heading into January 2022. I'm going to show you some of the stock that Tangled Up in Cichlids has. And definitely, I do encourage people to purchase fish from Kevin. Kevin is continuing the legacy that Chef Raps built, and he's doing a great job. I purchased all of my flagtails and both of my Leporhinus species from Kevin at Tangled Up in Cichlids, and I plan on buying some more fish from him, including maybe a bumblebee Oscar, which is an Oscar that I've always dreamed of having, which is pretty cool. So definitely recommend checking out TangledUpInCichlids.com. So right now, I'm going to see if I can, share my screen and show you some of the stock list that Jeff Raps at Tangled Up in Cichlids, or Kevin at Tangled Up in Cichlids has. So here we go. Oh, I removed it by accident. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm going to show you some of the awesome species that are available this month at TangledUpInCichlids.com. So right now we're looking at Central American cichlids. And as you can see, there's a wide variety of convicts available. The yellow convict, and then you have the blue-eyed a maroon-colored tear species of convicts. And there's also the Hydroran red point convicts. And then he has some wild-caught red devils, which are pretty cool. And if we click on their name, you'll see a photo of the red devils that he has, which are pretty cool. Let's see, what else is an interesting Central American species? Texas cichlids are awesome. Rainbow cichlids is a species of Central American cichlids that used to be popular when I was younger, but they somehow disappeared in the aquarium hobby, and now they're making a comeback. And they're available at 3 and 3.5 inches at a good price. Very, very cool. The Macaw Cichlid is very similar to a rainbow cichlid, but it grows a little bit bigger. And they're also a very nice species. Black Nasty, a very aggressive Central American cichlid. Cuban cichlids are kind of like a Black Nasty, but they're more on the mellow side compared to a Black Nasty. And for all those of you who love the Parachromis maniguense Jaguar cichlids that we talk so much about today, there's actually a breeding pair for sale at tangledupincichlids.com. And also Parachromis motaguense, the red tigers, which are pretty cool. And of course, there's red bay snook and firemouth. So let's go down to my personal favorite cichlids, the South American cichlids. And he has the threadfin geos, the Hecali geophagus, which are a pretty interesting looking cichlid. This is a stock photo that he has currently at the moment, and you can see how colorful that is. Very nice. Green Terrors, a personal favorite South American cichlid of mine. Wild-caught Oscars, which are something you don't see that often in the aquarium hobby. And these ones are collected from Porto Carano, and they're from the Rio Orinoco. This is a stock photo of the baby wild Oscars he has in stock right now. And then there are the bumblebee Oscars, which I like. Astronautus craspacinus. And these guys are stunning looking. They look a lot different than regular Oscars, and they look a lot better in my personal opinion. And there's the Orinoco peacock bass, which is a personal favorite of mine. Let's see, what else is interesting? There's a wide variety of geophagus. And then there's that chocolate cichlid that I mentioned, which is the other chocolate cichlid, also known as the Colombian yellow nape chocolate. And that's one that I've been wanting for a long time. The temporalis chocolate I've always had, and I've got 2 of those currently, and those are pretty interesting cichlids as well. Oop, I just went down too quick. So those are some of the interesting South American cichlids. He's also got African cichlids. As you can see, Butterfracori and 5-spot jewels. And then there are pleco species, green phantoms, orange seam pleco, vampire pleco, triple beacon pleco, and royal plecos. And then for catfish, dolphin catfish are incredibly nice. These are cool in an oddball display tank. Very nice fish. And the wild bumblebee cats are pretty cool. But one of the catfish I want to show you that he has, that not too many people have, and that is the true wild-caught Colombian Jaguar catfish. Look how beautiful this catfish is. This is a dream catfish of mine, and it's crown jewel catfish. Look how beautiful that is. That's an amazing looking catfish. And for anyone that likes silver dollars and pacus like me, you'll have to check out the sheep head pacu, which is pretty cool. tinfoil barbs, which are a great tank mate for cichlids, different types of Leporinis, tiger silver dollars, red hooks, and different types of barbs. And he even has North American species that are captive bred, like the juvenile smallmouth bass and bullhead catfish. So that is the stock list this month for tangledupincichlids.com. So I think you guys will definitely love tangledupincichlids.com. I definitely recommend you purchase from Tangled Up in Cichlids. You'll love their fish. So make sure you tell them Aqua Alex sent you. All right, we've got a question from Wiz. He says, what do you think about a bare bottom aquarium? I'm going bare bottom with some aquascape. I don't have a problem with bare bottom aquariums at all. Actually, my 180 gallon aquarium is most likely going to be bare bottom so that I can clean it and get all the waste out of it. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to put like um, a picture under like I don't know what they call this, the bottom of the tank, like a long 6-foot picture, and I'll glue it to the bottom of the aquarium so that it looks like I have substrate, but it's not substrate. It will be bare bottom, which will be awesome. So bare bottom for me is simple. It's awesome, and you're able to get all the waste out of the aquarium, meaning cleaner water, and your filters won't have to work twice as hard as if you had a substrate. And you can definitely aquascape with a bare bottom tank with driftwood and stuff. Wiz also asked, how about a dozen or so bucktooth tetras, aka exodons, in the 75? That's also a good idea. If I can't, for whatever reason, get a wolffish, then I may consider getting some exodons, which are very, very awesome. And Wiz also likes the pink-tailed Chalceus. They're very beautiful, very nice fish. All right. I want to thank every fish keeper who tuned in today. I hope you enjoyed my fish keepers Q&A. I don't know why it's coming in blurry now, but hopefully I can fix it. I really had a blast and a great way to kickstart Halloween week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Steve and Wiz, for your awesome Fish Keepers questions. And again, if you're catching the replay of this video, you can post your questions in the comments and I will answer them. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you submit your questions for next month's Q&A. Email your questions to alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com. And last but not least, if you're not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. I have videos of my aquariums, cooking and baking videos, Aqua Alex live streams, and much more. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the aquarium hobby and stay legendary, fish keepers. I will see you on the next episode of Aqua Alex Live. Thank you for watching. I'm Aqua Alex Cardinale. Enjoy the aquarium hobby and take on, fish keepers. Before I go, I have one more question to answer. And Wiz is asking, can the Orinoco Peacock bass be kept in a 125 gallon? Yes, for probably for a year or so until the Peacock bass puts on some size, because Peacock bass get to be about 3 feet. But I think it could live in the 125 for a year or two. Very, very cool fish. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. and I appreciate your view. Leave a like, share this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next month for my 4th episode of Fishkeepers Q&A. Goodbye, everybody. Happy Halloween. Aqua Alex Cardinale here, and I'm here to announce the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. On Sunday, March 6, 2022, I will proudly celebrate my 8th year as a YouTuber. And to celebrate and say thank you to all the amazing aquarium hobbyists and tropical fish keepers who have supported my YouTube channel over the last 8 years, I am doing the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. There are 3 amazing prizes. The first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Tangled Up in Cichlids. Tangled Up in Cichlids is home to many awesome South and Central American cichlids such as Oscars, Severums, Waru, Angelfish, Jack Dempsey's, Viajas, and much more. They also have Catfish, Plecos, Cherisons, and even African cichlids. The second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Aquatic Rarities, Inc., aka Malone's Monsters. Now, Bob at Malone's Monsters and Aquatic Rarities is a true aquarium hobbyist with a love for monster fish and tropical fish in general. You will find things like lungfish, Leptorus, arowanas, 4-eyed anablips, and more cool oddball fish at Aquatic Rarities. And the last prize giveaway, and the third prize, is Little Egypt Aquarium Club gift certificate donated by Little Egypt Aquarium Club founder Jeremy Stellhorn. Now, on the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you will find aquarium supplies for sale, like Fluval FX6 canister filter, hang on the back filters, aquarium heaters, and some awesome tropical fish food. You will be able to use that gift certificate to purchase some amazing aquarium supplies. So, aquarium hobbyists, to enter this giveaway, it's really simple. All you need to do is film a video of your aquarium and your tropical fish. In the video, talk about your favorite tropical fish species. Then tell me about what new fish you want to get and what aquarium supplies you can use. So, since Tangled Up in Cichlids and Aquatic Rarities only supply freshwater fish, it is beneficial for freshwater hobbyists to enter. However, saltwater hobbyists are encouraged to enter as well. And if a saltwater hobbyist wins, they will win a gift card to either Live Aquaria or Blue Zoo Aquatics, provided that the winner is a saltwater hobbyist. So all you've got to do is film a video of your aquarium and your fish, and also talk about your favorite tropical fish species, talk about what new fish you want to get, and what aquarium supplies you can use. Email your video to AlexGoYankeesCardinale19@gmail.com by no later than March 1st, 2022. In your email, leave your name, your contact information in case you win, and of course, your video. Each video entry will be uploaded to my channel and in my giveaway playlist. The top 3 videos with the most views and likes will be the 3 winners, and they will be announced live on March 6, 2022 during my 8-year YouTube anniversary celebration live stream. Good luck, aquarium hobbyists. This contest is open to every aquarium hobbyist, whether freshwater or saltwater, and any aquarium hobbyist in the United States of America. So enter right now. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your videos. Remember the deadline to enter, March 1st.
Sergeant Alex Cardinale here, wishing you a happy and scary Halloween season. Don't forget, maggots, to turn into the 2021 Halloween Bash, hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale, live on Halloween night, October 31st at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Be there or be square, and that's in order.